There's a lot of new information going on in this Nolan Wells case, y'all. Did y'all know one of the boys is trying to sell a boat online? Who is selling the boat Nolan was on? And this is why I was so mad at the people in Mississippi. Because they are dragging their feet, taking their time. This whole time, you got people out here trying to sell evidence and shit. Not only that, we got the Nolan Wells family. They are hiring an audio engineer. Not saying that there was anything wrong with Janetta Brantley's work. I believe they're just trying to get a record and shut these people up that have been saying the work she put in was falsified. On top of that, J. Megan, the pretty pink panda, just dropped some crazy bombshell, devastating information about another friend group that could be associated with Nolan Wells. Another boat, another relationship. Y'all ain't gonna wanna miss this one right here, y'all. But before we start, y'all make sure y'all get them likes up. Y'all make sure y'all hit the hype button. And make sure you subscribing to the channel. For those in the back, subscribe to the channel. Check this out, y'all.
I found them. I found all the people that were on Katie's boat, y'all. Shout out to the real Jada J that turned me on to this picture. And as y'all can see, we've got a match with the necklace and the swimsuit. Think I busted out my glasses and red lipstick just for the swimsuit? Nah. Now, as I talked about yesterday, we've all suspected that this is Kendall for a while now. The identity of this curly-haired girl has always eluded us. Well, not anymore, folks. For now, I'm gonna just refer to these girls as T and L. As you can see, L clearly has the same kind of hair texture that's in the bottom of this picture. We know that these two were together on 4th of July, and T did not one, but two Nolan tributes after his body was found. Now, another one of their friends had a reel, which they did a little panning video on the best 4th of July ever. And who was in that video? Well, that looks to me to be Jacob, Kendall's longtime boyfriend. So it seems confirmation to me that both Kendall and her boyfriend were on this boat the entire day. Now that I have found this group of friends, I was scouring the pictures and I found this. We've got Elle with somebody I immediately recognized because I remembered that swimsuit, and they tried to hide this picture in a document dump so you didn't know what day it was. Well, if it isn't Nevaeh.
Oh, she back! She back!
Same swimsuit, same belly ring, and there she is clearly earlier in the day with Kendall, clearly on the same boat. And just in case you didn't see my video on the Tube of You yesterday, or just need a reminder, here was the friend group breakdown that I had. But to me, this seemingly clearly confirms that these two were on this boat probably all day. I say this because there's another picture from the summer with Nevaeh with the little pink cup right here. You can see the pink cup in the lap of Kendall up here, along with the matching, poles and this, all of it matches. Now, I want to go back to this picture because in the background there, we see somebody seemingly approaching the group to join them to go out in red shorts. And y'all know that I've been saying for a while that in my humble opinion, I believe that the person in red shorts is Warren's brother. But now I also think there's a strong possibility that it could be Lainey's boyfriend, Drew. Just as further confirmation, these glasses match the glasses that are in the Katie Snapchat. I think it's pretty safe to say that we definitely found the people that were on the boat with Katie. Now here's where it gets a little interesting to me though. Look at how late in the day this picture seems to be taken. And they clearly were still out at night. So did they drop everybody else off? Did they come back out? Got a lot of unknowns here, but I did my social media scour. And let me explain to you what I found. So we've got L and T on the boat with Kendall and Nevaeh, like we've confirmed that. We also know at some point Katie was on the boat with them as well. T was the only one that seemed to be connected to Nolan on social media. Now remember how the person who released the Snapchat pictures of Katie said that they were not friends with her? Well, I found that T was actually connected to a lot of people social media wise, whether they were following her or she was following them. I was able to find Javon. I was able to find Ava D, the girl from the party. I was able to find the entire Hudson family, as well as Katie, Lainey, Trin, Ava, all of the other friend group, the core group that I talked about yesterday. And I found out that L was either following or was followed by Ava, Jax, and Bart. Now here's the real kicker. When I went to T's Book of Face page, I found out that she was FB friends with not only Warren's mom, but Bart's mom as well, and several other adults that are close friends with that mom group. And I also found out that Lainey and Nevaeh are both friends with the older McGrath brother, but it seems like he was in Texas at the time, so most likely he was not on the boat or around for this. However, he does have a younger brother who is friends with T on social media. And that makes me wonder if the younger McGrath brother might have been on that boat. Now remember, Lainey said that she was not on Horn Island. She was with a different group of friends on a different island altogether. But now I'm wondering if this boat, this group, might have been the other group that they got into the altercation with. Because remember, they specifically said that they knew the guy, like knew of him, but they weren't like friends with him. Because does nobody else think it's weird that whoever else they were fighting on the beach hasn't come forward? Especially if they were people that didn't really know these people? But could this boat have been the fourth boat that we've seen? Because if this is the same red shorts guy, then how did he get onto the other boat?
Now, from previous videos, we all know Nolan was a peacemaker. What if he was trying to make peace from a fight and his friends didn't like that?
Ashley Cole has made a second statement on Facebook. Now, Ashley Cole is the stepmama of one of them boys on the boat. I think Warren Hudson is his name. They see. They're watching. They know Nolan's parents are not playing. We have decided that we will not be speaking to the press at this time. The media is not the appropriate forum to further elaborate on the facts of July 4th, 2026. We realize that the truth will not stop the cause for the death of our small children. We have not had the opportunity to speak to the Wells-Wansley family or their attorney. However, we are willing to directly communicate with attorney Ben Crump and the Wells-Wansley family. We will provide them with all the proper information known to us so their family can rest and properly mourn. We also want to know what happened to Nolan. We will do everything within our power to assist Nolan's family in their quest for answers. If you go to Facebook and you search her name, you can see the original post. And attached to it, she has some screenshots of her inbox and some video messages that are very disturbing. Go take a look for yourselves.
So it looks like Trayson out here running his mouth. He said he done chose a side.
So we choosing sides now? I'm so confused. Drew a line in the sand and chose a side. What side did you choose? You left out that part. Come back and let us know what side you chose. At this point, why would you say that?
Drew a line in the sand and chose a side. I don't know what side you chose, bruh, but ain't no way. Ain't no way. Brooks Edmiston is selling a boat, y'all. When was a Boston whaler ever mentioned? Who was on that boat? It's the boat B was driving, allegedly. Bombshell, y'all. Yes, a 1988 Boston whaler is one of the boats mentioned in the timeline and independent investigative report surrounding the Nolan Wells case. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, being as though that these people are dragging their damn feet out there, which is allowing these people time to allegedly cover up evidence. Why the hell is they letting them sell a damn boat at this time, y'all? Why aren't they being investigated? This shit is really pissing me off, bro. Now, I want y'all to pay close attention to this next clip, because you got people saying that it's the police that's doing these unalivings out there in Mississippi, y'all. Check this out.
Since March of last year, 17 months, there's been 24 African Americans, as of today, 24 African Americans found hanging from trees across the United States of America. Just this past week alone, there's been at least 2 cases. You understand? And in case after case after case, the local coroners very predictably declared these as suicides without any serious forensic investigation taking place at all. No follow-up. You understand me? Not to mention the Nolan Wells case from the 4th of July, when he went out with those 4 or 5 white kids in Mississippi. They came back and he didn't come back. You understand? And all those white boys, they're the sons of the local power structure. That's who they are. They shrug their shoulders. Their parents shrug their shoulders. The police shrug their shoulders. The judges, the media, the power structure. Everybody shrugs their shoulders about what could have possibly happened to Nolan Wells. It's a mystery, which makes it no mystery at all. Which makes it no mystery at all. But see, they'll gaslight you into thinking that you're being overly suspicious. You're being overly cynical, and the problem is that you want answers, not that they don't have any answers. The problem is that you want the answers that they don't have, which is just a way to try to make you accept that same unspoken answer that black communities in Mississippi and throughout the South and throughout the United States always got. You understand me? About Nolan Wells and about the other 24 African Americans found dangling from tree branches across that country. Never mind that black Americans are demographically the population that is absolutely the least likely group of people to ever commit suicide by hanging themselves. That's documented. That's not an opinion. So when a method that is statistically rare for this specific population, when that shows up again and again and again in public spaces, in trees, outside of schools, outside of homes, and it gets closed as a suicide without any comprehensive investigation whatsoever, without any real forensic follow-through, well, everybody knows what's going on. Everybody understands what's going on. Listen, 24 in 17 months, that is roughly equivalent to the rate of lynchings in America during the 1920s. You understand me? No, when a black person is found hanging from a tree in the United States of America, the default assumption of investigators should always be lynching. It's like if a woman turns up dead, the first thing that you're going to do is suspect the husband or suspect her ex, right? You start with the presumption of foul play. You start with the presumption of homicide. You start with a presumption of foul play, which is exactly what you should do in every single one of these cases. If you find a black person hanging from a tree in America, you should treat it the same as if you see someone who's been double tapped in the back of the head. And if you do rule it as a suicide, if you rule that as a suicide, the moment that you zip up the body bag, why, we have every reason to believe that you're the one who did it. Yes, and you're going to have to prove otherwise. I'm telling you, if you rule something like that, as a suicide, that ruling is in and of itself incriminating evidence against you. You can't tell anyone, you can't tell any serious, intelligent person that there's no evidence of foul play. No. If an African American is hanging from a tree in the United States of America, that is the evidence of foul play by default. You might as well say that J. killed himself before you say that a black man or a black woman strung themselves up in Mississippi and expect anyone to believe you. And if you say they did that, then we need to search your property for ropes. You understand? Especially when you claim it's a before you've even cut them down from the tree.
So people are saying it's the police, and I'm screaming it from the mountaintops. It's the effing cops or the 3Ks or both. How much of a difference is there?
Y'all, we're about to get some answers regarding that CTO call because Nolan Xavier Wells' family went and hired an audio expert to analyze and break down completely that CTO call. We all know that we heard what we heard when it was officially released by the MDMR. And of course, there was a lot of skeptic people out there thinking that those that enhanced it so that they can hear clearly what we all heard, assumed or thought that they inserted certain names or they inserted certain things to. But we all know what we heard. Anyways, at the end of the day, prayerfully, we will get some answers. Obviously, when the family sees fit to share what the experts find. And so, because, I don't know about nobody else, but for me, I was feeling like Vicky was asking specific questions because she heard what we heard as well. But we're about to find out because, again, they went and hired an audio expert that's going to break it all down for them, prayfully for us too, and because they are crossing every T and dotting.
So when everybody was thinking that it was Katie that Nolan was dating, allegedly, they're saying that it was Lainey while she was still in a relationship with another guy. So instead of Katie and Bart, it's Lainey and the other guy. And there's a comment saying that Lainey been posting July 4th pics for the past 2 years, but on this July 4th, she posted no pics. Or did she delete them? Check this out, y'all.
All right, so picking up from the last video I just made. So as we know that Morgan, Trayson, and Wyatt met, and all of the other ones met on Horns Island to speak with the officials. Talk about Trayson real quick. I don't know why Trayson would throw all of these people under the bus. Trayson said that he made the slick comment to Nolan about Katie. Warren said the same thing too. They made a slick comment to Nolan about the girl that he was with. Again, alleged that it was Katie. Well, it wasn't Katie. And remember, I said, well, who is the freaking girl? Because it can't be Katie, because we all assumed that it was Katie. It was Lainey. Now, the people that was named in the MDMR, they're all friends with Trayson and Trayson's sister, which is why I don't understand why. So yes, that picture that Katie took with the snapshot and it says 6 something, that's Lainey with her face taken out. Like, so his longtime boyfriend is Drew Johnson, who was also named in the MDMR. Let me show you again. Now, Jay said that when she did her homework, she saw that Drew Johnson was also friends with Wyatt, Warren, and Morgan. He went and looked, and Drew Johnson is the only one who is friends with Nolan. Now, I know you're like, royalty. Okay, put the pieces together. Okay, well, Drew Johnson, who is also in the MDMR report, is Lainey's boyfriend. A relationship with Nolan, allegedly. We're going to say allegedly with everything. No, she was involved with Nolan at some point while she was still dating Drew at the time.
That was a lot, y'all. That's the end of the video, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about them trying to sell boats and shit. Also, let me know what y'all think about the police having any involvement with any unalivings in Mississippi. Remember, it's always been said that the 3Ks are still here. They just transferred into the police department, judges, and being lawyers. They just switched the uniforms up. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that amazing breakdown that J. Megan did with that new friend group. That was spot on right there, y'all. I'm telling you, she's back. And shout out to everybody that's been going over there and subscribing, because that's what it's about. Us coming together and supporting each other and get the truth of what's going on out here, y'all. Because like I said, we can't wait on the news. We can't wait on Mississippi. We got to put on display everything we find in case these people got something up under their sleeve. We could go back to these videos and see what we got. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the video. Make sure y'all hype. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone, y'all.